An AI-run news network just got shut down for plagiarism. And not just a little bit of plagiarism, I mean entire articles stolen word from word. Let's get into it. AI literally cannot exist without plagiarism. So it's no surprise that these articles were stealing from actual professional news reporters who spent their entire lives learning how to perform journalism correctly. But the fact that these artificial intelligence models are also straight up stealing what they're saying word from word is just depressing. Drop a like and a comment if you're not shocked at all that AI replacing journalists is a disaster. Shoutouts to Pointer for this article. An AI company set out to fix news deserts. Instead, it copied local journalists' work. Nota shut down its news sites after Axios and Pointer found dozens of plagiarized quotes, phrases, and photos. Artificial intelligence company Nota, whose clients include organizations like the Boston Globe and the Institute of Nonprofit News, is scrapping its network of local news sites after learning that they contain dozens of instances of plagiarism. The closure comes after Axios Richmond and Pointer alerted CEO Josh Brandau that multiple stories on Nota's sites included reporting and photographs lifted from local news outlets. These 11 sites, collectively called Nota News, launched in September as an effort to bring bilingual local reporting and civic tools to undeserved communities, according to a press release. Each site focused on a specific county, or in one case, 2 counties, identified as lacking local news coverage. Until Monday, 2 part-time editors worked across the 11 sites, generating articles using Nota's AI tools. These stories covered topics ranging from local affordable housing initiatives to public school events and were published in both English and Spanish. The articles were supposed to be based on publicly available civic information, such as press releases and video of city council meetings. In reality, Pointer found more than 70 stories dating back to October that included reporting, writing, and photography from local journalists without attribution. Some of the copied material came from the outlets owned by Nota's own clients. Nexstar, for example, had a $600,000 deal with Nota, according to Nota's website. Information about the deal was removed this week. What a coincidence. I'm sure they're not just trying to cover up their mistakes or anything like that. Pointer found 3 stories that included reporting from 2 Nexstar stations. The episode highlights a growing tension in journalism, to say the least. As AI tools promise to expand local coverage, they risk violating long-standing ethical standards and harming the journalists whose work they are trained on. You see, when it comes to other forms of creative expression like art, movie making, and video games, there are some defenders, like the defenders have slightly more leeway there because they think they can argue out the fact that, oh hey, it's an entirely different piece of media, even if it is straight up stealing from the original creator, like in terms of art and movies and such, right? But with writing, you can't make that excuse at all. It is literally just words. If an AI is trying to make its own literary creation, an article, anything, then it is plagiarizing from other creators on a basic fundamental level. Just period. Like there's no talking around it or arguing or anything. This article is far from over, but you get the gist. The comments for this article are basically just summarizing everything that I already thought. Yeah, this comment right here is pretty good. This is pretty much inevitable when you're using LLMs to generate local news content without proper attribution systems. Most content generation models have no built-in understanding of plagiarism. They just regurgitate patterns from training data, which obviously included tons of existing news articles. The real issue is that automated journalism at scale requires way more sophisticated sourcing and attribution infrastructure than most of these AI news startups bother building. It's not just about detecting copy text. You need systems that understand when you're essentially rewriting someone else's reporting versus actually adding original value. What's wild is this probably isn't even the tip of the iceberg. I bet there are dozens of similar operations that just haven't been caught yet. The economics of AI content generation make it super tempting to cut corners on editorial oversight. And yeah, I couldn't agree more. If this is the one thing that's been caught so far, and when you also compound that with the fact that AI-generated text and articles are very, very, very extremely easy to generate, how many more of these blatant plagiarism platforms do you think there are out there? But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are y'all's? Whatever it is, be sure to let me know in the comment section. That's going to be all for this video, boys. This is Blacklight Jack signing out. You guys have a good one.